Welcome Wolfpack to episode number 1 of our Let's Play series of Transport Fever 2. In episode number 1, our primary goal will be to find a location to launch the Wolfpack Hauling LLC and figure out which towns or industries we will choose to grow our company. We will be running an open sandbox live stream series next to this one. I will link that series in the description below. If you want to play the same map, we are setting to very large. We're 1-to-1 scale, high number of towns and a high number of industries. This is our map seed, capital K, lowercase g, G, and these are our settings for the various terrain features. We are going to be playing in the USA. Our starting year is going to be 1850, and we're going to leave our difficulty at medium right now. If this is your first time on the channel, please hit that red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. Also, if you enjoy survival and military games, check out my second channel. That link is also in the description below. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, I have played quite a bit of this game. I have a couple of failed series. I have a couple of series that also was doing pretty well, but I decided to start this second channel. We are going to see what we have going here. My first move here is to pause the game. My second move is going to be to turn my slow my date down. I only want it going at about a quarter of the speed. If you leave this at one time, your years really fly by. And I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have my dates slow down so we can spend more time in each era. You can actually also play the same era and absolutely have no time move by, so you can continue to play in the same era if you choose. But we're going to keep ours at 1/4 speed. I am going to do a tutorial video on that. A lot of people don't realize that these are not the only way to speed up and slow down time. Also that there. So I'm going to do a standalone tutorial video on that and a few other things that we are going to run into. So the first thing I like to do is pause the game and then check out to see where we are going to start. Sorry, the Wolfpack Transportation Company or Wolfpack Hauling Company. Check and see what we got going on. A lot of oil right around Garden Grove. There is a lot of oil here. Holy cow. And where would we process that oil? Oil, but this is crude oil, so it would have to be refined before it goes there. So see where we can refine it. There's a refinery right there. So we could refine it there. Then bring it to here. A lot of oil that could be used down here. That's a good thing. And then also, the fuel oil could be down here to Port St. Lucie. So that's not a bad little start either. So oil down here, and have a demand for it right here. We do have a goods factory here. If we can get the steel and the raw materials down here, the steel and the plastics. Plastics can be made upriver a little bit over here. Still do have the refinery. Boston over here in a little valley. Spot for Boston. Tampa up here. Steel and machines over here. We have tools factory, wood and planks. Sawmill. Actually, we have a whole complete line right there. All we need is the machine parts. A bad map at all. Start off. I'm going to take a look around here, and I will bring you guys back as soon as I find a spot where we can start off. Alright, so it seems that right now we're going to start off with the food industry right here from the farm over to the Garland food processing plant. And then I think I'm going to connect Garland to McAllen, and then down here to Oxnard where they need food. And then we're going to go from there. We also have the brick manufacturing places that we can come over here. We have the materials plant. We have a quarry right here. I believe there's another quarry right there, so we can actually start to kick that production out as well. I think that's how we're going to start, so let's go ahead and kick it off. Alright, so we will go ahead and we are going to put in a road building, road depot. It rather accessible. We'll tuck it in so it's not going to interfere with the town. We wanted to make it somewhat realistic, and I'm going to go shoot for pseudo-realistic type gameplay here in this series. So we may end up doing a little decorating and making things look somewhat lifelike. Drop this in right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead just for ease. Cut it right into this country road right there, and that's going to make it a lot easier for our vehicles to get from point A to point B to get the food product. thing we need is a truck station. Dump this right in here. Used to the rolls right now for Ostriff, so I'm wrong ones. If you haven't checked out that Ostriff series, I will link that in the playlist below. That's a city builder. It's a phenomenal game. Put this one over here for the trees and such. The highlighted, you'll see the highlighted area will that it's being serviced, that facility is being. Right, so now we have a food place to make the food. Sorry, we have a farm to make the grain. We're going to go ahead and put a few vehicles on this. We can carry the grain over cargo area. Put 4 of them on here. Need to make a line. That line we'll rename. Garland Food Line. Those vehicles that are here, let them, put them all on the Garland Food Line and let them go and do their thing. We already have food starting to set up over here because the food will become over here and will immediately be processed. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do with Garland in the respect of hooking it up to somewhere else. So the food can be brought down here to Oxnard, which is that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Let me just follow this road. I'm gonna the terrain features for sure. Too bad it's flat going all the way through. That will give us passenger transport on trains throughout McAllen, Oxnard, and Garland, and that hopefully be able to start making some money almost immediately. I would like to have a freight line and a passenger line going very near future. We're also going to start a line over here near Oxnard. So we're going to put a depot in over here. Try not to destroy all the trees in the area. Outside of town. Off the road. And this might actually spur some growth in Allen. That's going to allow our trucks to come from the quarry over to the brick materials plant. Let's bulldoze. Go back here. A nice street, and then there we go. Truck station here. Shift M and N. Rotate these things around a bit. Then right there. Here. Now we'll make a annex to McAllen West. McAllen Rock Run. Go ahead and put 4 vehicles on that as well. It's a cargo. 4 on there. Run good to go, and we should start to see some rocks popping out of our quarry. They are starting to pick out some. It is going to take a while for our vehicles because it is 1850. They are horse-drawn carriages, so it's going to take a while for those vehicles to get to and from each of those places, but 4 looks to be a good number. We have a goods factory here, and Garland needs goods, so that's good. be able to also run passengers. We'll set up a bus line down. Go ahead and set up a train station. Make it a terminal station. I think what we'll do is we'll come down the side road here. Extend that road. Add an upgrade road. Tracks 160 meters. It needs to be that long right now, immediately, but that's okay. That for we'll run our train tracks right down through here, but we actually I'm first because the most sense. Run the second one right alongside of it. Sure that this food plant is here. Before we get too crazy here, figure this train stick. Thought we could do a cargo platform right next to it. Looks like there's... I think I might have to be a cargo track first. So go ahead, get rid of that. Platform of a there we go. Cargo platform here. Railroad tracks come through here like that. Got to be another cargo platform. Okay, that we can do. And then we need our cargo building right there. Go ahead and link these tracks up. And what also we need to do, because it looks like we're expanding over here, we also need to link a street up over the other side. We'll all come together in a few seconds, I hope. Here. Do is link up this entire area right here. Give us a way in the train station. Now our food can be dropped into the cargo side of the train station here. The other thing that can happen here is our quarry can be delivering cargo up here and to be shipped down to Garland. So our next train station is going to go right over here. Make a main road right through. We're only going to go with one this time since we'll add the cargo yard onto it later. Eventually, we're gonna have to drive all the way around this. Right now, it's 1850, so we're gonna get all of our stuff coming into the same location. Put it right here. And then we can connect this with tracks. Have any issues with tunnels or anything like that for now? 75 miles an hour, all flat. Are spending a ton of money right now, but hopefully with the train work and all of the vehicles that are bringing food around, we will have an amount of money being made in these lines. This is where the food's going, so let's figure out where the train station's going to come down. Up from here, train station will be on. Wasn't going to. Again, we're here with one track. Here, and figure both of these at the same time. Drop a cargo platform in on the side. I'm gonna go tracks. Another cargo platform. Cargo building. That cargo building. Back and we'll retreat to it. Don't need anything crazy streetwise. Have to be able to truck out the food and the rest. Railroad here. Platforms. Track. Money. Oh, no, we have a cargo stop here. Send our street. Right now, our town is not serviced by here, but we will build a truck station, and the truck station will be able to service the rest of the town with drop-off points much lost term. Cargo line is going to mirror right alongside of our passenger. It's going to cost us most likely to get us. We're probably going to have to get a large loan, but I think it's going to pay off for us in the double track all this. Cargo and one for passenger. Everything's connected. That's good. And now we can come down to Oxnard with our both. Terribly expensive at this point. Down. We will most likely make this a overpass at some point or an underpass. We will see how that works out. Right now we need to, but that's the plan anyway. Let's go ahead and put a train depot building or a yard onto the tracks and finally start making some money. Put it right behind these, right behind the quarry. There we go. Hook it right back in here. Doctor it up a little. Go either way. Push. Definitely going to have to take out a loan for what we're going to do here. I'm making food over here. Plenty of food coming over. We need a place to bring it to. What we're going to do, while we can, we're going to make a truck yard. Bring it in and drop it right in here. Oil at some point. Yeah, we're going to put it right over here. That way it doesn't interfere with anything. It'll actually be pretty good over here. Another line. Garland West. Head up to Garland Annex. That will. That's going right over to the train station. Just a little run. Probably going to need more because it will be a train. So let's do 4 again. Put them right on that food supply line right there. And that should start our processing of food. Should start kicking out. Now, but we have been getting grain over to the food processing plant, but we have not started our food supply because there has been no place to take it. So that is one of the reasons why that hasn't happened. Right now, there is still no end user for that food because we haven't set up our train line. So let's go ahead and set up our train line, and I think we're most likely going to take out a loan for this. First, we can start a line, and I think once we start the line, we'll actually have, it will start the ability. So let's start a line at Garland. Garland, we're going to be a cargo line. We have quarry here, all food up there. Need for. That's going to be our first. Garland to Oxnard. Train line. Garland to Oxnard freight line. And that's going to be food down there. Eventually, we could probably bring some stuff back up that way, make the return trip worth it. We're going to take out about $2 million. That's going to get us hopefully enough for our first 2 trains. That train, then we're going to do 3, and that'll give us a capacity of 21. One more, and we'll bring food down to 1 million of our 2 million already. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to pop it on the Garland Oxnard freight line. Right now, it's September 1st to 1850, so you'll see the years are certainly not flying by like they were in my other series on my other channel. That's a good thing. So we're not even 1 year into production. We're only 9 months in. So I do enjoy that the time has slowed down a little bit. Up here, these guys are not carrying anything yet because I believe that we have just started spitting out food because we have an end user for it. I want him to come here first. Come on. There we go. Cargo. Now he's coming to Garland first. Up there. Oxnard's second, but we got to make sure he's on the right line at Oxnard. Delete that one first. That's squared away right. Otherwise, he's going to go to the wrong platform, and they won't do what they do. Cargo side, very. So in Garland, I want him to wait for a full load. Maximum waiting time limited. Food run. Food supply. Food line. Good. Food supply line. Manage that line. Garland West. Where they're waiting for a full load there as well. Food line should be starting to kick out some food here, I hope. There we go. Shipment is. Now we're starting to build up some. For each food delivered, it's only going to kick out. Sorry, for each grain delivered, it's only going to kick out 1 food. So it is going to take a little while to get these trucks full, but it will happen. We're going to pick up. Make sure that this is right off the bat. Yes, we're the 1. Second line should be dropping here and picking up here. So yes, perfect. On our return trip, this truck line come up here, off bricks up there, bricks up there too. Path. Oh, I have a way for him to get over to the other track. That's. Go ahead and make that a path for him. Now they got a path and turn around and go back to where. I'm going to go ahead and put a truck station over here to service the train station once again. We have had quite a start for episode number 1 of Transport Fever 2. We have a lot of potential for growth and some lines to square away. On the next episode, we'll add some bus lines in each city and start our first passenger train line that will service all 3 of the towns that we have right now, Garland, McAllen, and Oxnard. We will also polish up our freight line, make it a little bit more profitable by adding some stops and more options for freight. Please don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. Again, if you enjoy military and survival content, subscribe to my second channel that's showing up right there on the left. I also have a Transport Fever 2 playlist on that channel. Continue this series by clicking the playlist popping up onto your screen right now. Click one of those cards, and we will see you over there.